It has recently come to my attention that we are due for a favorites video, and I love nothing more than to yap about the plants that I have been obsessed with lately. So today I'm going to be sharing with you 10 plants that I have been particularly fond of over the past couple of months. Now, I have my the classics in my collection, my OG plants that have been with me that are just going to be my top favorites always, like this Anthurium behind me here. And I do have a whole playlist sharing previous favorites and these classic plants that have survived in my collection over the last 7 to 8 years. I will link those videos down below if you are interested. But today we have a mix of some new plants, some plants that just have been doing particularly well for me lately, and I'm so excited to share them with you. I'm also currently obsessed with iced tea. This is a sweet orange tea with a little bit of lemon juice and sparkling water, and it is just so delicious and refreshing. I can't stop making iced tea. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Now I know what you're probably wondering. Fern, what is that gorgeous, shimmery, shifty polish that you have on your nails? And fret not, I'm gonna tell you what it is, and I'm gonna do you one better, and I'm gonna give you a list of my top favorite mooncat polishes. Mooncat is kindly sponsoring this video, so thank you so much to them. Now the reason that I love Mooncat so much is that their polishes are basically nail art in a bottle. They have so many different finishes and types of polish to choose from, but it's easy to use. It's a long lasting. I can go for easily over a week without my polish chipping, although I don't usually leave it on that long because I love switching up the color. Nail polish for me is a form of self-expression. I love choosing my polish based on my mood, a book I'm reading, a concert that I'm going to. It's something that I look forward to doing every single week. So 5 polish recommendations for you. The one that I'm currently wearing is Mermaid Bait. It is so incredibly shifty, and it's the type of polish that looks great in any type of lighting, even low lighting. It looks just so shimmery and gorgeous. It has pink to green to gold. It is so mesmerizing to watch. I promise you will not be disappointed if you try this one out. Next, we have one of my all-time favorite green polishes. This is My Cabbages from their Avatar: The Last Airbender collab, and it is just so densely packed with these flakies, and they shift to a little bit of a gold to a little bit of a blue, but mostly just this stunning green. Obviously, I'm a green lover, and I'm also a flaky lover, so this is just like a perfect polish to me. I do have a magnetic on this list, and that is 404 Soul Not Found. This is just such a standout polish to me. Every photo that I see of this, it looks a little bit different because you can magnetize it in different ways to bring out different colors, but any way that I see it applied, it looks just stunning. This has pink, purple, teal, and the thing about Mooncat's magnetics is they just look so smooth and glass-like. I always feel like my nails look like gel when I have them on. Next, we have Flight of the Monarchs, which is an orange polish, so not something that I normally go for, but I just feel like this one is so special. It has a pink to purple shift, and just the color palette, the way that all of these colors work together, it is so stunning. And I almost feel like this is this beautiful orange polish with almost like a purpley pink underglow to it. Like, it just changes so much depending on the angle that you're looking at your nails. It's just absolutely stunning, and I feel like this is perfect for like end of summer into fall. And then lastly, we have this diva here. This is Merkitten. I love a pink nail, and the hotter the pink, the better as far as I'm concerned. This one is so vibrant, and it also has a stunning blue shimmer through it. It is just so pretty. Like I said, doing my nails is one of my favorite forms of self-care, and it just gives me a boost throughout the day because I'm, constantly seeing my hands and my nails, and it just makes me so happy, and I would love to share that joy with y'all. If you haven't had luck with regular nail polish in the past, I highly recommend that you check out Mooncat. They are the brand that really changed the game for me, so I will have them linked down below in the description box for you to check out. Thank you so much again to Mooncat for sponsoring this video. Okay, so the first plant that I have to share with you is my Hoya hypolasia, and this plant, something switched this year and this plant just went crazy for me, and I think that, it's weird because it was getting good light before, so I don't really know why the south window. Maybe it's a combination of things, temperature, light, I don't know. But I put this in the south window. So this Hoya lives in pond. This is one of my only Hoyas that I have in pond, in this self-watering pot. And yeah, lives on the south window getting natural light. For the longest time, it just wouldn't grow for me, but this year it has just absolutely exploded and it's blowing my mind. It's constantly putting out new leaves. Beautiful, dark, like these are so, just the texture of them, the look of them, they are so cool. I love the leaves on this plant. But not only that, there's literally mealies on her too, so excuse, I found mealies on this plant yesterday and I sprayed her down, which is something I haven't sprayed a plant down in months because I do the beneficials now, but this case was just like too bad. I don't know why. I don't know. I couldn't even really find them on any surrounding plants. It was just like this plant was attacked for some reason, which is so weird. But anyways, if you see anything, that's why. But not only is she giving me leaves, but she's also flowering this year, which is just so crazy. So she has these huge chunky flowers. I'll give you a close-up on what they're looking like. They're very like yellow, beige kind of vibes. Not obsessed with the color, but I am obsessed with just how chunky they are and this shape. Like they're really cool flowers. Huge. Even when they're closed, they're massive, like so chunky. And I love that. So we also have some other peduncles that are looking very juicy, long peduncles as well, which I love a long peduncle. It's just very satisfying to me. So yeah, this plant has just been blowing my mind essentially, and there's so many new leaves coming in. This one is like very soft. There's a lot of new growth, and I am finding that this plant is getting very, very thirsty just because it has put on such a growth spurt and, you know, pushing out all of these flowers and everything. This is actually the second time that it's flowered for me this year, and it looks like we are definitely gonna have more in the coming months. So like even up here, right here, like there's just peduncles everywhere. So it's crazy, and I can't believe that I almost debated getting rid of this plant at one point because it just wasn't doing anything for me for like a year, and now here we are. So sometimes you just have to wait for a Hoya to get going, and I know that I've heard that before. It is hard to wait, especially when you're waiting for like over a year, but yeah, this one just went crazy. So I'm very, very happy with that, and I think that a lot of y'all will appreciate this one as well. So of course had to show her off. Next we need to talk about my Philodendron micans, because just look at how stunning this plant is looking. I am so happy with the growth that she's put on. I put this into Leca, gosh, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago or something. I could probably dig back and find the video where we potted this up, but I just can't believe how much it's grown, and not only how much it's grown, but just how healthy and beautiful this looks. Growing it in Leca was definitely the right decision, because I feel like I would get a lot of like discoloration and sad leaves on my micans before when I was growing it in soil. But now that it's in Leca, it has a constant supply of water, constant supply of nutrients. I don't have it in super bright light. It actually just lives on top of my Millsbow cabinet here, which I'm just so happy with the way that it looks up there. It's draping perfectly down the side of the cabinet. I absolutely love it. And the lighting condition is perfect for it. It's not too much light where it's gonna be like bleaching, because obviously I want this to be like super dark and velvety looking. Don't want it to be bleached. I'm not like trying to get the biggest leaves in the world or anything like that. I just want a nice dark, like drapey philodendron, and this is just giving me exactly what I'm looking for. And it is so incredibly low maintenance, especially in Leca. Like all I do is top it up with water and fertilizer every maybe like 2 weeks, honestly. Like it really is not demanding at all. You just can't go wrong with a vining philodendron. Like I'm such a big fan of vining philodendron. I really am. And I kind of wish that I wouldn't have gotten rid of the ones that I've gotten rid of in the past because I used to have the variegated one, and I mean, I suppose I could bring them back in if I wanted to. I did bring back in the neon one, which is another one of my favorites. I just absolutely love that one. But yeah, it does kind of feel like a want to catch them all, want to collect them all type of plant, but I mean, I'm really happy with the 2 vining philodendron that I do have, but maybe if I came across other ones again, maybe I would consider bringing them back in because they're so low maintenance, but they're so beautiful, they're so jungly. And yeah, I just really recommend them. And I know that they're not like the most, you know, rare, crazy plant, but you just can't go wrong, you know what I mean? So yeah, really, really, really love this one. I put her back in her spot. Oh gosh, I just love her. And the way the new leaves come in kind of red. Oh my gosh, I could just talk about her forever. She's so pretty. She's so pretty. Get a Philodendron micans. Okay, next we have Hoya cumingiana. Now this is a Hoya that has kind of been in the background in my collection for the past several months. It's been kind of getting going, getting established, and now I am seeing a lot of growth on it. I'm really happy with how it's looking. I'm really excited about the future of this plant. I will say this pot is not it. It needs a new pot, or it needs a cover pot or something. This plastic faded green pot is really not the vibe, but just ignore that and focus on how adorable this heart trellis is and this beautiful white vine right here. I'm obsessed. As soon as I saw it putting out like mostly white leaves, I was like, oh my god, please give me a white vine, because I love when Hoya do that. And you know, usually white vines and white leaves on Hoya, they don't last forever, but they typically last a pretty decent amount of time. Like they can hang on for months, so I do really appreciate that. And it's just so pretty. Like look, these leaves are pretty much all variegated right here, so I absolutely love that. I'm so excited to watch that keep growing. Now I do guide this. I mean, I could pin this one any time, really. It is quite a stiff, like it's small leaves, but they're quite stiff. I could pin this one up anytime, but this vine, I will keep letting it grow for a while because I've heard that Hoyas don't like to be pointing down, so I don't want to secure it down, but once this gets longer, I will, like once it gets to the point where I can loop it so that it's coming up again, if that makes any sense, then I will pin it to the trellis. But for now, I still think it looks cute like this, and I'm just really happy with how this is growing. It seems to love getting a lot of light. This does sit in the south window, and you can see that the leaves are just really nice and close together, whereas down here I used to grow this plant not in super bright light, and you can see that the leaves, like the internodal spacing is more, and now they're just like really tight and clustered together, and I love the way that that looks. This plant to me looks like a mini Ficus elastica. Like when I look at these leaves, I just see Ficus elastica. I don't know if anyone else can see it. Like that's just what it reminds me of. But it's a Hoya, and what's really cool and exciting about this Hoya, and one of the main reasons that I wanted it, is that it puts out really cute like star flowers. So I really want this to flower one day, and it actually does have some tiny peduncles that it's put out here, so fingers crossed that I will get flowers sometime in the future. I'll be very excited for when that happens. But I just feel like this is such a cute and kind of underrated Hoya. It's been really easygoing. Like I said, it likes a lot of light, it seems. Here's a good example. You can see on the back of just like the internodal spacing. It's a lot further apart compared to the new leaves in the southern exposure. So yeah, definitely enjoys the conditions that it's in currently, so I'm just gonna leave it at the window. This one was next to the hypolasia, so I was checking it for mealies. I don't see anything, I don't think, but maybe I will have to give it a shower just in case. Anyways, so cute, and this is just one that I'm really excited to see grow over the rest of the year, and I need to focus on finding it a pot. I need to figure out what's gonna suit it. Another plant that I'm just so excited to have in my possession and to be growing out is my Variegated Monstera adansonii. Now, I am such an adansonii lover. I've actually grown out my just regular green one to be pretty big so far this year. And that one's looking amazing, but I still really wanted to try the variegated one again. So I got this from Plant Haven Toronto in my last haul from them. And the problem that I've had with this plant in the past is it going all variegated. So that is, of course, what I'm worried about again with this one. But so far, so good. Things are going really, really well with this plant, you guys. It's actually putting out a new leaf right now. And look at that. It's got green on it, which just makes me so happy to see. This also looks like it has a lot of potential to be chopped and propped if I needed to. So that is good to know as well. But it's just so pretty and it's been doing so well. Like, it's just settled in seamlessly into my house. We actually repotted this together not long ago, and look at the roots. Like, it has just settled into this so beautifully. And this is just my DIY soil mix. It's not anything fancy, but this plant hasn't missed a beat. Like, it just continued growing, and I'm really excited to see what this plant turns into. I'm hoping that this is going to be my dream variegated adansonii. I really want one with just like nice balanced variegation. I want it to be a healthy plant. And yeah, so far it's giving that. So fingers crossed that this continues. Okay, I gotta scooch closer for this one. We have actually another new plant. I also recently got this one from Plant Haven Toronto, and I am already just obsessed with it. And I guess this is gonna serve as a little update because, again, we repotted this recently together. I can link the plant chores video that I did these repots in. But this is my Hoya multiflora splash, which I think is so cute. If you're not familiar with this Hoya, it is very thirsty. It is a very thin leafed Hoya. Like, these are like paper thin leaves. So it is very water intensive and a little bit demanding in that way. So I decided to opt for leca for this one, just so that I could keep up with the water needs. I know if I put this in soil, it would just be drying out way too much. But I decided to put this in leca, and look at this, you guys. We already have root growth right there. So this is taking to the leca, which is so exciting. You can see some more, I don't know if you will be able to see actually, but there are more roots right in there. Fresh, nice fuzzy roots that are growing, which, oh my gosh, what a relief. And even more excitingly, we have new baby leaves growing, which I couldn't believe that this just settled in so quickly. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, we are gonna be besties. Like, we are gonna get on so well. I love multiflora. I'm so happy that it's back in my collection, and I'm so happy that I have the splash version because I just think it looks like so celestial and cute. So I'm gonna have to get this on a trellis pretty quickly, I think. It's already shooting out a separate vine as well. So I think that this thing is just gonna be growing like a weed for me, and that just makes me so happy. I can't wait until it starts flowering as well, because multiflora is known for flowering very quickly, very easily, and very often. So if you want a Hoya that is easy to get to bloom, I would definitely recommend this one. So yeah, I'm just very excited, and I'm so happy with how it's doing in the leca so far. Okay, the next plant you are going to see via B-roll because it is attached to my wall, and that is my Raphidophora tetrasperma variegated. I'm just having great luck with variegated plants, it seems, because this one, oh my goodness, I'm so obsessed with it, you guys. I think this one is gonna end up in my top favorite plants of the year, just because of how well it's been growing, how balanced and beautiful the variegation is. And just like, I feel like this plant grows just as readily and does just as well as the non-variegated version. Like, it is just such a beast of a grower. So this one is growing up the door frame here, and it actually was rooted in, but I removed it off of the wall when I showered my plants a couple of weeks ago because I just wanted to give it a good thorough shower. So now it's just attached via command hooks, and I am kind of bummed about that because, I don't know, it's just kind of fun to see plants root in, and I feel like it does help them grow better when they are like actually attached to a wall. But that's okay. I'm just gonna have to keep adding command hooks, and yeah, it's doing fine. This one is also in leca, so I'm having a good leca year here. But I'm just obsessed with this one. Every time I look at it, I just can't believe how pretty it is. The variegation's gorgeous. The green is like a nice deep dark green. It looks so healthy. It really is my dream Raphidophora tetrasperma. So yeah, I'm just obsessed with it. Like, I'm always coming over and looking at it. Okay, and then we have one of my Anthurium, one of my smaller Anthurium that I have been growing out. So this is a red crystal forgetii crossed with Michelle. And I'm pretty sure that I got this from North Shore Tropicals last year. Was it last year? It must have been. Yeah, it must have been. I think almost exactly a year ago is when I got this. It came to me as just a small little seedling. I had no idea what it was going to grow out to look like. Now we have more of a kind of juvenile sized plant, and I have just been so in love with how this one is looking lately. Like, look at the color of this leaf. It is so dark, and it was even more red before, but now it is hardened off a lot more. This is obviously the newest leaf. It's the biggest leaf. It's the prettiest leaf. And yeah, when this one came out, I was just like, oh wow, okay. Because I have a lot of kind of younger Anthurium, and I've been going through them over the past few months and kind of deciding which ones I'm gonna keep and which ones I'm gonna get rid of. But the thing is that when they're so young, you can't really tell what it's gonna look like. So a few of my really young ones, or ones that I just had a good feeling about, I kept to grow out a little bit longer to see what they're gonna look like. And this one is clearly looking amazing, so I'm definitely gonna be keeping it. But yeah, I just, oh, that color is so gorgeous. The veins are so gorgeous. And it's just nice to have an Anthurium looking so good, because I can struggle with them. But I like when they're growing well, they're just so breathtaking. Like, you can't beat it. So I'm really happy that this one is doing so well. It does live in my IKEA greenhouse cabinet. It is potted into Molly's aeroid mix, and I am a little bit late on watering it sometimes, but I try to stay on top of it as best as I can. It is very patient with me though, so I appreciate that. But yeah, I can't wait to give you guys updates on this one, see what the next leaves are gonna look like. I'm very excited about that. Okay, and then we have an Alocasia that has been kind of coming back for me this year, and it's finally at a place that I am happy with. I mean, I know that this Alocasia can get bigger and can have more leaves and everything, but I am pretty happy with how it's currently looking. Like, I feel like we're on the right track here. So this is my Alocasia maharani, and this is actually a plant that I've had for a while, but I grew, I don't even remember what happened, why I got rid of this or what, but I ended up growing this back from a corm. It must have been mealies. I feel like it's always mealies. I grew this back from a corm, and it was very slow to get going, although I will say it's probably my fault because I can just be late on watering and stuff, and Alocasia don't like that, so probably my fault. But it was in the greenhouse cabinet for a long time, and then I took it out a couple of months ago, and it's been popping out leaves. It seems very, very happy. It's currently sitting under a Barina T5 light. And yeah, I've just been looking at it lately, and I'm like, wow, you are starting to look really good again. It's just such a cool Alocasia with the texture of the leaves. I believe that this one is a hybrid of mellow and black velvet. So it does have really nice traits from both of those. I would love to have the variegated version of this one. Maybe I will get that one day, but for now I am happy to just have this version. I am kind of obsessed with Alocasia right now. Like, my pink dragon, love her. My watsoniana is coming back. Like, I've just been in an Alocasia mood, I guess, and just really appreciating them. But yeah, something about this one, like, I just love the color, the texture. I love that it's a more kind of compact jewel Alocasia. I just think it's so pretty. So I really want to get this repotted soon into a bigger pot, because I think that that's what it needs. I think it's kind of outgrown this one. It looks pretty root bound, and we do have some babies that have been shooting out as well. So I'm sure that there's definitely some corms in there. Oh yeah, I can see corms poking out. So yeah, a repot should be coming soon for this one. Hopefully I need to add it. I need to make a repot list because I have been coming across a lot of plants recently that need to be repotted. Anyways, Alocasia maharani. Okay, next we have a Hoya that is very new to my collection. Some might say too new to be featured in a favorites video, but I don't care. I'm gonna feature it anyways because I just can't stop looking at this plant and I'm so excited to grow it out. So this is Hoya pandurata splash. I got this recently from Crystal Star Nursery. Now Hoya pandurata had been on my radar for a while. I know that there is like a silver version, which is so pretty, but I've seen people post these and I've seen people post like the flowers of them and everything, and I just love these kind of like drapey growing kind of Hoya. Like if you let it drape, then it looks more like that, right? This one's obviously pinned to a trellis. So this one arrived to me and I have just been so in love with these deep green leaves. Like something about the shape, the growth pattern, and how dark these leaves are is just really speaking to me. Like I love them so much. It looks so satisfying to me, even as just like a small plant like this. Like she's so cute. She is just in sphagnum moss, which is actually a little bit dry, so maybe I should water that. I am gonna have to repot my new plants that I got from Crystal Star recently because they're all in just like these tiny little sphagnum kind of situations. But even though it just came to me and it's just in this little sphagnum, it is already putting out new growth. It has some new little leaves. There we go. You can see right there at the top. How cute is that? So it's already growing for me. I have a feeling that I'm just gonna do really well with this Hoya, and I hope that that's gonna be the case. But yeah, I just love the way it looks. I think that it's so pretty and I'm really excited about it. Okay, and then lastly, I have to feature my UFO planter, which is currently housing my Fern Leaf Cactus. Oh my gosh, my arm's gonna get tired. This is currently housing a piece of my Fern Leaf Cactus that I propagated. I used to have a massive Fern Leaf Cactus, but I decided to cut it up because it just got so huge for the space and it was just becoming a bit of a pain in the butt, to be completely honest. So this is like a year ago. I cut this up, propagated it, and I needed to put a new plant in this planter. And I'd seen people do the Fern Leaf Cactus before, so I was like, that's what I'm gonna do with the cuttings. Like I just think that it looks so cool, so that's what I did. And I feel like I haven't really spoken about it much on my channel. I did this on an Instagram reel, so you maybe have seen it over there. And maybe you've seen this in my walkthrough videos, but I feel like I haven't really highlighted it enough. But it is just something that I feel adds so much to my space. Like I love, y'all know I love plant styling and displaying plants different ways around my house, and this is just something that brings me a lot of joy. I just think that it's so cool and so different. So this hangs in my south window, and honestly it hasn't grown yet. I'm hoping that it will grow for me. I don't have any experience of growing a Fern Leaf Cactus upside down like this. This is my first time. I used to have a Hoya linearis in this pot and that grew really well, so I'm hoping that this one is gonna do okay also. It isn't quite a chunky mix though, which makes me a little nervous because maybe it is drying out too much. I don't know, I'm gonna have to kind of figure it out. It hasn't been that long, so I'm not super shocked that it hasn't grown yet, but hopefully it will grow for me because that'll just be so cool to see. But yeah, I had to highlight this one because it's just looking so cool. So that's it. That is 10 of my favorite plants that I have just been really loving lately. I hope that you enjoyed seeing them. I think that they are all super gorgeous and super cool. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you again to Mooncat for sponsoring this video. You also got 5 of my favorite nail polishes, which is very fun. I hope that all of your plants have been growing really well for you. I hope that you have not been dealing with too many pests this growing season because I know that can really put a damper on things. So hopefully all is well. Thank you so much for watching and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!